the Empire State Building.
This is the very first time that we've welcomed a guest into not only our brand new studios, but also the brand new Z100 Interview Lounge powered by Grubhub. Let's give it up for a Brit Award nominee. We can say that now proudly. Mimi Webb.
Mimi, we're so happy that you're here. We've hung out with you already a few times. You hung out with us in the Tribeca studio, and now we're seeing you. We're watching as you're blossoming. Like you, when we saw you, like you know, the first interview we had with you on Z100, and then you had a tour, and now you're hitting the late night shows. Stephen Colbert, can we talk about that, please?
Oh my God, it was just such an amazing time. Like honestly, I couldn't believe it. Like the building and even the history behind it with the Beatles. It was honestly like just shocking. I couldn't believe I was there. And he's such a legend as well, so it just makes it even better.
What was the family saying?
Whoa.
Oh, my mum and dad were just going crazy. Like, they're like, we're so proud of you. Like, my mum actually FaceTimed me this morning. She's like, are you alive? Because I'm just like so busy.
You're moving,
I'm
you're
not
going.
Yeah, I'm like not talking to her much, and she's just like, you know, it's really cool because obviously the UK are then getting like, you know, the hit, you know, getting hit up with what I'm up to here. So you know, they're seeing it all online.
Super proud.
So excited.
Everyone has been there with the journey since. Goodness, man, you've been writing music since a preteen, and you know, and I'm gonna throw this at you, EastEnders. Let's go ahead and let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, all the things, girlfriend. So
we're going in.
We're going in. No, but all jokes aside, how does it feel for you to be able to live your dream and to fulfill all these goals?
Oh, honestly, it's just, it's honestly like amazing. I love it so much. And I think for me, you know, I'm all about a vision board and like things I really want to like manifest throughout the year. And everything's just happening, which is so exciting. And, you know, even the nomination, I just couldn't believe that. So that was one of the things on my vision board.
Listen how you just glance right past the nomination. She calls the Brit Award, even the nomination. So for those who are wondering and not quite fully aware of what the Brit Awards are, this is a massive honor to be nominated.
Where were you when you found out, when you got the text, the call? And
so I was in my flat, I was with my best friend, and my manager came round, and he lives next door to me, so he always pops in and we like catch up, you know, with work and stuff. And I was like, oh, you know, hi, you know, and then all of a sudden he just starts filming me, and then I get a phone call from my other manager who then begins to tell me what's like gone on, and I'm there like freaking out, and I've actually posted it on social media and like the reaction, I'm literally there like, shut up, that can't be happening.
You
like,
dropped the F-bomb hardcore in
I
there.
was like,
as you should have. Knowing that you've worked your career for these accolades, but it's not about that. To be rewarded with nominations, reassuring you that, you know what, you're doing the right thing. What does that feel like in your heart?
Oh, honestly, it just feels amazing. It feels right, and I just feel like, you know, when it feels right and it feels like that's exactly where you should be, that's, you know, not red flags, green flags.
Green flags. Mimi, what a good feeling to have. And I want to go back because, Max, you touched on it a second, that you've been writing forever. And I've heard you say that the first song you wrote was probably about growing up and maybe getting into fights with your dad. Like me having fights all growing up with my parents. Like, what would you and your dad get into fights about?
Oh, and me and my dad are literally the same person. So, like, literally just be like, oh, you're like a little version of me, but you're my daughter. Like, and I would always, like, be able to pull the wool over his eyes, you know, daddy's little girl.
Of course, of course.
I think he's so proud and excited, and you know, they're so involved. Like, I have them at whatever I can have them at, all the shows and everything, and they've both been on the road with me a little bit. So yeah, I think they're just so excited.
So it's safe to say that if either one of us wanted to ask to be your plus one or two to the Brit Awards, we're not getting to sit at the table, are we?
Guys, if I could get about 5 tables, I would literally have everyone there. So yeah.
But Mimi, it's been a lot of work to get to the Brit Awards. A lot of people might not know that you went to a really prestigious prep school where you learned about performing arts and all that. Adele had been there. Amy Winehouse walked the halls.
Crazy.
Have you heard any stories about like successful people that are kind of interesting that maybe someone would love to hear about?
Yeah, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. Well, I met Adele, and that was crazy. I mean, that was like a full circle.
How did that happen?
We were at a Billie Eilish show at the O2, and we went back.
Just you over here name dropping.
So what was the interaction with Adele like? What happened?
My God, it was crazy. So I was with my manager, and she was sitting in the management room, and we walked past. I was like, Brian, was that Adele? Was that Adele? And it was like, yeah, like, do you want me to go say hi? I was like, yeah, let's go in there. So she's just there chilling with her son. So yeah, we walked in and we just met her, and I was with my makeup artist, and we were just we were honestly just
blown away.
What did you
Blown
say to
away.
Adele?
Well, we were just talking about like normal stuff, which was really nice. But
Yeah.
Brandon was saying how like, you know, oh, like this is Mimi, she's a new UK artist, and she was really supportive and sweet. And it was just, you know, she was listening to everything we had to say. So it was crazy. It was honestly.
Did you
mental.
tell her you went to the same school?
I didn't actually mention that, no, because to be honest, I was a lot quieter than I normally am. I was like
probably-
in the
yeah.
corner. I was like, oh my god, I was just
Yeah.
watching everything she did, the way she uses her
Soaking it all
hands,
in.
and like when she's speaking. So I just couldn't believe it.
Next time, the next meetup.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got this. Red flags. This record.
Exactly.
The only issue I have with it is only like 2 minutes long, girl. This beat is banging. This song is fire. I mean, I don't mean that as a pun, playing off of the other hit that you had, but honestly, you have really created some records that are going to be on your album here. We're a couple of months in March,
Yeah.
right? What? And how, gosh, how can I put this? Is a very personal song. This is a really personal song. What did it feel like to put all of your emotions out there in this record that is just seriously taking over the world right now?
Oh, it was amazing. I think, you know, it was a situation I'd just come out of, and I think just to, you know, kickstart the year with dropping that song was really therapeutic, to be honest. It was nice to get the video out. You know, it's very personal, the video. I used a lot of inspiration from my past. And yeah, you know, it's just been so great to get it out, and I think it's a song that everyone can really relate to, and something that, you know, had to be said.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, loving somebody, but still, you know what I mean, knowing that they have all those red flags that you're kind of blinded to them at some points in times. You nailed it. Everyone can relate to that, and that's, again, why everybody's connecting to this particular record. I'm saying, girl, that's why we need more than just 2 minutes and 20-some seconds. Song is a banger.
Well, the records and the show, you toured all across America last year with Tate McRae. That was amazing to watch. We got to see you at Ludlow here in New York City. I became such a fan when I saw you running around, twisting on stage. So thank you so much for doing that for us. And I was actually sitting right next to these two girls that I think are like your best friends at the top balcony. Can you tell me? Because they know
my
every
girls.
song. They were just screaming for you.
Yeah.
We kind of knew they had a connection to. So
Yeah.
who were they and why were they there?
So
that night?
it was my best friend Izzy with her really good friend who came to the show. And yeah, I love Izzy. She's literally like my ride or die. Like we've known each other literally since birth. My mum's her godmother as well. So she was on tour with me, and I literally crazy. I actually went through a break. I was literally just went through a breakup on that tour. So she turned up, and that day, me and my boyfriend had broken up. So thank God she was there, because she just like swept me up, got me back on my feet, and yeah, we had such a great time.
Oh, so the girlies are out for the girlies, and it was a great rest of the year for you too. So good to see. Now, I also want to touch on it being short. I mean, that's kind of the trend now. A lot of songs are just getting cut down shorter for different reasons here and there. I know you really used TikTok during the pandemic to jumpstart your music and your career. Are you still scrolling on the talk? Like, are you in any black holes or like obsessions that you like to watch?
I love what am I watching at the moment? I love emotional TikToks, like mindset TikToks. Like, I think it can hear you for sure. Your phone must, because you look like
it knows.
Yeah, it
they're
just
paying
knows.
attention.
And I go on my For You page, and it's just like, oh, like, he didn't deserve you. Like, you know, like all of these kind of
There it
TikToks.
is.
And I'm there, like,
Yeah.
just binging it. And then I, like, I'm obsessed. My mom's like, you really need to stop watching that. Like, you need to move on.
Yeah, for sure. Same. Like the card readers. That's me.
Tarot cards. I'm all over that. I spent about...
Listen, it's going to
Loads
become
of
an
money
issue
on
when
that.
you start to really go down the rabbit hole and buying crystals. You know what I mean? And watching,
Oh, I've already done that.
There it is. Yeah,
Not the love crystal. Not the pink
Purchase
one.
some rocks. Purchase some
Literally,
rocks on the talk,
I've
ladies
gone
and
for
gentlemen.
it. The rose quartz.
The pink one. I have one of those. I'm so mad.
Put them everywhere. Under the pillow.
Oh my
Hope you
god.
wake up, find the love of my life. No.
I have one last question for
man.
you. I've heard you talk about how you love the UK. And, you know, a lot of time artists get pressured to moving to LA or moving to America, but you like your fish and chips.
Like, uh-oh.
You love it over there. What is something, though, that the UK needs to get it together because you really love about here in the States?
What do they need to get it? I think I love like the food deliveries are really great, like Postmates and stuff. Like we need
We're
to
on
get our
point
act
here.
together because
Yeah.
it's awful.
In the UK,
Deliveroo
it's
is tough,
awful.
man. Not
Please,
even gonna lie.
like,
give us
yeah.
a rant. Give us a rant. Hold on.
Yeah, it's awful. I don't get it. I'm demanded to give them a tip, which I like to do anyway. But sometimes I don't get my food for an hour. It's slow. It's slow.
Dude.
Yes, that's my run.
I love it.
Dude. But I will tell you this part. One thing that they do a little bit better than we do here in the States, and for all of my New Yorkers that are in the building here, the tube is way cleaner.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
smoother.
Is that the bathroom?
Our
What's the
subway.
tube?
No, the tube is a subway.
Oh,
Is a train.
Oh, the train.
I love
Okay,
that
right
from
on.
you. I love that. That energy is so good.
It doesn't smell like our bath. It doesn't
Yeah.
smell like our. It doesn't smell like a
Yeah.
bathroom.
I need to get the
Y'all
subway.
have that on point. So good on to you. And plus, the person who does the handwriting, the writing on the board for the tube.
That's on everyone's Instagram stories.
Yes.
As
Okay.
always, when it's like renews and does a new like quote. That's
I need to get on it. I need to hit the tube.
They're on
It's
it.
good. I'll take you when you're back in the UK.
Thank you. I'd be
Make it
honored.
pop, dude. I'm seriously saying you are a gem. And Amelia,
you so
when this album gets to the world, I know that you're super excited for everyone to hear all the chapters of the story. Just know that you have it's an open door policy here at Z100. Whatever you need from us, we're here for you. All right, no red flags.
No red flags, just green, guys.
Just green around here, yeah. And one, I think we had this last time. We'll make sure that we prepare loads of vodka. We do recall the situation with you and Will and Lewis getting really extremely turned.
And we'll hook you up with Grubhub
we
because
love
Grubhub
it.
loves
Grubhub,
us. So
we got you.
There you go.
Get me there, guys. Just send me.
Your energy is always A1. Like, a lot of the times people don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but you always come with your best foot forward, and that really means a lot to us.
Oh, you guys.
And
thank
seeing you on stage and coming here to visit Max and I at Z, doing the HQ stuff later on. It's a tough life that you're doing and living, but you're just always smiling and with good energy and vibes.
I
So
love
thank
that.
you so much inside
Thank you
of
so
our
much, my loves. Thank
Lounge.
you.